You're watching the Community MMA.
What up, what up? It's your boy Chris Cross checking in. This is the Community MMA. Yes, that's just one of many sounds from last night. A great night at UFC 291. And, you know, UFC 291, the pay-per-view, had to compete with Spence versus Crawford. You know, so you had all that going on, but it was like finish after finish after finish last night, and it stood up to the test. You needed a big night for the UFC, and that's what happened. And, you know, a lot of people were watching the boxing fight and slid back over later on to catch all the videos and the highlights and things of that nature. But if you missed this card in its entirety just to experience it, and for it to finish the same way it did last time they had a pay-per-view event, which was Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman, you really missed out. I mean, you really missed a great card last night. Yeah, and that's what it was. You had big shot after big shot, submissions.
Boom, 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 boom.
I mean, it was a wild night. Now, the main event didn't go our way. Complete surprise, right? You start watching, it's a big lightweight fight, and you know from the onset they're going to be going at it, Poirier versus Gaethje. And then you kind of settle into the second round, and out of nowhere, you get a big finish. This is what it sounded like last night. Round 2 underway. Poirier certainly looked to me like he won the first round, looks dialed in. And Gaethje, ooh, big left by Gaethje, misses. Now you got a chance for Poirier finally. A lot of Gaethje fans in the crowd. And big fight for both guys, man. Can't be stressed enough. The winner likely gets a title shot. And if you're Gaethje, you got to get through Poirier to get there. And very close fight so far. I mean, certainly what you expect. 2 power punchers in the lightweight division. Boy, Gaethje landed a jab, but Poirier continues to come forward. Oh, big leg kick! Poirier goes down! It's over! Wow, dude. Wow. And Poirier is down. He can't believe it. Wow. Wow. That just solidified the career of Justin Gaethje, man. Dang. Dang. Woo. So Utah getting the head kick by Gaethje, the head kick by Leon Edwards a year ago. Unbelievable, man. What a fight. People hugging in the crowd, high-fiving. And Gaethje certainly had the crowd support here. And Poirier's on the ground. And he's ready to get up. And he just got caught, man. I mean, Poirier was fighting well, just got caught. Wow, man. People in shock. Unbelievable. Yeah, so that's how that thing turned out. I mean, just out of nowhere, man. Gaethje's a bad dude. I'm not big into the BMF belt, but if you're going to give it to someone, that's the fight to give it. You know, that's how you want it to finish. That's how you want it to finish. And now Gaethje seems primed and ready to take on Islam Makhachev should he get past Oliveira. If Oliveira wins, there's going to be a trilogy first. That's just the bottom line. So that's what's on deck. I mean, when you look at the rankings, right, Gaethje beat Poirier, so he's going to move up to number 2 behind Makhachev and Oliveira. And you got 4 Americans right there on like the second level, right? You're going to have Gaethje, Poirier, Dariush, and Chandler, 2 through 5, straight Americans. But can't get over the level of the Brazilian Oliveira and, of course, Islam Makhachev. So that's the way that turned out last night. Great main event. But that's not where it stopped. I mean, you had an interesting fight between Jan and Alex Pereira. Jan getting off early. Alex Pereira kind of taking over in round 2 late. And then in round 3. So it went to a decision and it was split. Check this out. Jan Blachowicz and Alex Pereira go to a decision as we check out the replays. Blachowicz had a takedown in every round. He certainly dominated round 1. Round 2, he dominated for like the first 3 minutes. And then from there on out, it was all Alex Pereira. So it's going to be a close and interesting decision. It's going to come down to round 2. Could be a split decision because I don't know that round 2 was dominant. But at the end of the day, you got 60-39 in significant strikes for Alex Pereira. But you had multiple submission attempts by Jan Blachowicz. He had well over 7 minutes, 7:32 of control on 3 takedowns. Head strikes, though, Blachowicz 27-23. So a lot of the strikes from Pereira were to the body and to the legs. 17-7 in leg strikes, and you saw they were effective on the legs of Blachowicz. So I really don't know which way this is going to go. I really don't know which way this is going to go. Both fighters come into the center of the octagon. And this is going to be an interesting decision with big implications on the UFC's light heavyweight division, especially with the potential vacant belt. It's going to be split. 29-28 Pereira. 29-28 Blachowicz. Here we go. Oh, my gosh. No. Come on, Pereira. Alex Pereira, yes! Yes! And Blachowicz cannot believe it. Yeah, and we were excited about that because we had a Pereira winning the fight. So, of course, I've always liked Jan Blachowicz, and he was on the do list top 10 for a long time. But, now keeping with the prediction, we had to go for Alex Pereira to win this fight. Unless it's really big, we're not rooting against a prediction. We will in Oliveira versus Makhachev. We got Islam picked to win, but I'll be rooting for Oliveira for sure in that one. Then, in fight 3, Derrick Lewis gets the call after moving up from fight 7 or 8, believe it or not. Stephen Thompson versus Mikel Pereira got canceled, so Derrick Lewis gets slid up to number 3. I think the UFC realized this could be a potential KO record. And if Derrick Lewis can pull it off, this would be the perfect fight to be in fight 3, and the UFC made the right decision. Check this out. And here we go. Derrick Lewis and Marcos Rogerio de Lima staring each other down. Oh, Derrick Lewis comes right in and drops de Lima. Looking to become the KO official number 1. This will be his 14th if he can get it. Look at this. And de Lima's in trouble already. De Lima's covering up. Lewis can do it. He could be number 1 all time, break the UFC record for KOs. Let's go, Derrick. Yes, let's go, Derrick. Oh, and de Lima covering up. Yes. Come on, Derrick. Come on, Derrick. Finish him, Derrick. That's it. Yes. Yes. Number 1 all time KO specialist. 14 in the career. And he gets the job done in just over 30 seconds. Unbelievable. He took his pants off. But he's got tights on underneath. Woo! He's spinning the tights in the air. He broke the record. Number 1 all time. And no one expected this. He was going to be in the prelims, and all of a sudden he's in the fight 3. And he's pumped up. And regardless of what happens here, you mentioned any name, right? Conor McGregor, John Jones. Anyone you could think of. Mention the best names in the sport, and Derrick Lewis has more KOs than anyone at 14. Yeah, it worked out perfectly. It worked out perfectly last night for the UFC. And this was a storyline all night. Big finish after big finish. And Derrick Lewis needed that, and he looks better than ever. He's cutting weight. He's got like a 6-pack going. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then one of the finishes of the night, Roman Kopylov. And, Gaethje probably had the finish of the night, but this is a close second, if not tied for first. It finished in much of the same way, and it came out of nowhere for Kopylov. Round 2 underway after a great round 1. Both guys landed big shots in round 1, rocking each other at different times, so I have a feeling it's only going to heat up from here on out. Kopylov still standing left-handed, so those leg kicks aren't any type of problem. As he tries to... Oh, look at a leg kick! Dude! 4 straight finishes with a powerful leg kick that just sends Claudio Ribeiro to the ground, and this thing ended in a hurry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dang. Wow. Dude, he got that leg up there so quick, man. He got that leg up there quick. Let's see this. Okay. He feints the jab. The hands drop. Boom. Wow. And yeah, so that was another big finish last night. So it just continued all night long. Well, there were like 9 finishes and 11 fights. 1 split decision. One other one that could have been a split decision, very close. 29-28 unanimous. So, I mean, it was just very competitive last night. And there's something about Salt Lake City, Utah, and the UFC where it just becomes a great night. Speaking of great nights, we had a great night going until Poirier fell. You know, I always say if you lose a main event, it really hurts. We can go 10-1, but we got to get the main event. Well, we were 9-1. Only one we lost was Semmelsberger until Dustin Poirier fell in the main event. So 9-2 overall, 19-7 in the main event, 198, 114, and 3 on the year. So nice little cushion there between wins and losses. But UFC 291 was awesome. Bobby Green submitted Tony Ferguson late in the fight. Kevin Holland finished. Michael Chiesa, that's crazy. Gabriel Bonfim is close to getting on a do list. I mean, this guy's 15-0, winning his first 2 UFC fights. Of course, Derrick Lewis got the KO record. And these numbers change, but we didn't change them here on the screen. Roman Kopylov won, Jake Matthews won, CJ Vergara won, Miranda Maverick won. We only lost Semmelsberger and Poirier last night. So that was just a great night for us. And as always, we'll take it. So, still recovering, man. Still recovering from a great night. Get out of there, man. What is it with these officials, bro? Yeah, where were these officials when Derrick Lewis won? Seems like they only come in and manhandle the women, right? The women win and they try to celebrate, and it's like, no, ma'am, calm down. Relax. Don't celebrate too much. Get out of there, man. What is it with these officials, bro? But when Derrick Lewis is on the ground and throwing the pants outside the octagon, there's no officials telling him to stop. Yeah, please believe it. They're not getting his way. That's for sure. As we jump into the Q&A, Danny Gibson says, a loser is not out of it until one of the youngsters can beat them. They just tried to send Gaethje back down the ladder, and he smashed Fiziev. Yeah, and I get it. I mean, so Dustin Poirier is not out of there. But now you're going to have to beat someone else, probably beat another guy. That's a year. Then you might get a fight above against one of these 3, like Gaethje, Oliveira, or Makhachev. But at some point, all these guys have faced each other. That's what makes it tough for Poirier, is he's going to have a tough time getting back in the mix. At AM Sun says, who you got? Hamza Chimaev. UFC update. Well, you know, I got Hamza all day. I mean, it's going to be an easy win against Paulo Costa. Easy win. In terms of Alex Pereira will dominate Jan Blachowicz. He didn't dominate him, but one user says, heck no, let's go Jan. It didn't work out for him, though. Kenneth Bruner's back. He said, bro, you see the Hamza scene in the UK? Crazy. Hundreds of people. Industry's turning out to get a glimpse of Hamza at a burger place. I believe it. I believe it because the people know what's about to happen. He's already the champ. Just they haven't given him the fight yet. At James Smith says Maverick has never fought a striker like Zombie Girl. She just got housed 6 weeks ago, and now she's cutting weight again. Smaller girl, lack of confidence, and overrated. Well, Maverick came in there and dominated and looked real good doing it. 10 Badness says I think Tony should try to take him down. He looked good on the ground versus Chandler up until the up kick by Chandler. And Tony Ferguson did try to go to the ground Bobby Green, but Bobby Green was sweaty, slippery, and he just couldn't lock in the triangle or anything like that. Eventually, he had to give it up. There was nothing he can do. And Bobby Green was upset that he got knocked down by Tony Ferguson in the first round. And he came back and looked better than ever the rest of the fight. Ferguson didn't look bad. but he certainly didn't look great. And Tony Ferguson is now slowing down for real. That was a fight that if he could have won it, maybe, just maybe he gets a higher ranked opponent. He gets a chance to get back in it, but Tony Ferguson is falling off quick and fast. And the likelihood of him returning to glory is slim to none. I mean, it's just slim to none. But that's how it turned out last night. Just exciting all across the board. Very, very exciting. 9 finishes in a great night of action in Salt Lake City, Utah. UFC 291. Poirier versus Gaethje 2. And now they're 1-1. 1-1. And maybe we'll see a trilogy a couple years down the line again. For now, it's your boy Chris Cross. Hope you have a great day. God bless.